here? Oh, no. Nice entrance. Hi, everyone. Well, welcome, and we're so glad you could join us today. My name is Kathy Barrett. I'm the Associate Director of Advising and Engineering Student Services, and we want to welcome you all here today, and thank you for coming to help celebrate Mary with us. So, of course, welcome to our special guest, Mary, and thank you, and her wonderful family. Thank you for all coming, and to all of her colleagues, current and former students, guests, well-wishers, everyone who's here, family. We're so excited to see you all here today. I'm going to start the program today with a little story, and it's a story about Mary, surprisingly, and it's a story about Mary's professional life. So, Mary seems like someone who's born to help people. So since she was a junior in high school, she knew she wanted to be, a counselor, a social worker. When she was at Cal, of course, she majored in social welfare and education. And Mary's really passionate. She always worked tirelessly for the underrepresented, the disenfranchised. Certainly, Mary was always out helping those who suffered, whether it was mental health, physical illness. Mary was out tirelessly working for people. And, of course, knew how important a college degree was. And Mary worked constantly to make college more accessible and available to students. Of course, Mary, as you can imagine, was a born leader. So in every job that Mary had, since she started after college, she, of course, rose up the ranks to management. And this is before she came to Cal. So, of course, she did an excellent job at every place she was at. But Mary knew these weren't quite the right position for her. They weren't quite her, dream job. So she was at a party in 1993, and I don't know what else happened at that party, but I do know at the party, she was talking to someone who was an academic advisor for student athletes. And when Mary heard the job description, she realized this was the perfect job for her. It was a job that combined her interests and her skills and her passions and her values all in one job. So, of course, Mary, being Mary, wasted no time in getting an internship at the Athletic Study Center at Cal. And after about a year of being at the center, a job came open, a full-time job. And so Mary, of course, applied. Very competitive job search, but they smartly gave the job to Mary. So Mary was there for 5 amazing, wonderful, exhausting years at the Athletic Study Center. And then, of course, wanting to, grow and keep moving, Mary came to the College of Letters and Science as an undergraduate advisor there. And the College of Letters and Science, of course, is the biggest college on campus, advises the most undergraduate students, so a big job. So, and of course, in addition to being an advisor, Mary took on lots of tasks there and became an invaluable member of the team. She was the coordinator for the peer advisor program, and so she certainly expanded and improved that program. And she also was the supervisor and mentor to the advising assistants, who were the frontline staff at the College of College of Letters and Science. And that's a hard job, and Mary was their supervisor. So then, in 2005, Mary became the major advisor in the Department of Anthropology. And yay. And of course, those of us who know Mary know this was a little detour in her career path. But of course, Mary being Mary, she did a fantastic job there, and she learned lots of things, and she took all of that with her when she came to her next job. And the next job was here in the College of Engineering. And I think it was here in engineering where Mary was really able to use those 14 years of experience to become the change maker that she was always meant to be. I think what Mary saw in engineering student service was an office that was good, but had the potential to be great. And I think Mary worked tirelessly to make that happen for the staff and for the students. Within 2 years of starting, Mary became the associate director, and then in 2012, she became the director of policy and advising. And I can't really, in this short amount of time, tell you all the amazing things Mary did for her staff and for her students while she was there. I certainly can say that I don't think it would be exaggeration to say there wasn't a committee on campus or a working group that didn't want Mary to be a part of that group. They valued her expertise, her common sense, her analytical thinking skills. And certainly while Mary was doing all this, she was at the same time mentoring colleagues, and even though Mary didn't have an official caseload of students, she was of course still seeing students on the side, helping them find their path. So you're going to actually hear from Mary's students a little bit later on in the program. So, I have 5 minutes only, so that's not going to cover what Mary did here on campus. But let me just tell you a couple of the awards that Mary has received while she's been here. So in 1997, Mary won the Chancellor's, and this is, sorry, I don't know why the name of this always just eludes me, but I'm going to, because I want to say it right. So Mary won the Chancellor's Distinguished Service Award in 1997, and that recognizes outstanding achievement for the campus, or outstanding service to the campus, excuse me. So, and we all know that's Mary. And then in 07, 08, 09, and 010, I know, Mary won, and I think she only stopped receiving the Spot Award because she became a supervisor and couldn't receive it anymore. So, I mean, it wasn't because she wasn't doing stuff, it's just because she was, had promoted herself out of this award. But she won the Spot Award, which acknowledges a special contribution to campus that's accomplished in a short amount of time. So, and then in 2015, Mary won the inaugural Advising Hero Award. And I'd have to say that, Mary, for so many reasons, you're all our heroes. And there isn't a day that goes by that I don't think, well, what would Mary do? And so I would say, thank you, Mary, for being part of our lives. We are forever changed for having known you. Thank you. Sorry, got so close. So now, it is my pleasure to welcome Fiona Doyle, who is the current Dean of the Berkeley Graduate Division. And Fiona is the Donald H. McLaughlin Professor of Mineral Engineering in the Department of Material Sciences and Engineering. And Fiona was formerly the Executive Associate Dean of the College of Engineering and one of Mary's most enthusiastic supporters and mentors. Fiona.
Thank you, Kathy. So it's a pity that I only have 5 minutes to talk, because I could spend the entire afternoon telling you about all of the wonderful attributes that Mary has brought to the College of Engineering and all of her wonderful qualities. But each of you, I know, has your own list of things that Mary is so wonderful at doing. And so I'd encourage everybody to make a point of writing them on the thing outside and also telling her just how great she is, at the risk of her getting conceited. So I was going to hit on a few highlights, and in sort of thinking about what to say, I was trying to think, okay, what adjectives can I apply to Mary? And sort of the first list that I came up with was passionate, imaginative, creative, and dedicated. And I thought, okay, yes, those are all very true. And then I thought, yeah, but sometimes those are adjectives that you apply when you're trying to describe somebody who's really difficult to get along with. They might be good at what they do, but so sometimes they're almost, kind of euphemisms for, okay, well, they do a great job, but. And of course, everybody's laughing because you all know that nothing could be farther than the truth for Mary. And so, sort of pulling myself up short and thinking, okay, sort of let's get real here, Fiona. I came up with some other adjectives that I, from the heart, believe Mary exemplifies just totally quintessentially. Kind, caring, tactful, collaborative, and funny. And it's the last one that I've missed the most since I went to the graduate division. I've missed all of the laughs in engineering student services. And I had a couple of years of sort of sabbatical from engineering student services when I wandered off to lead the academic senate, which is actually a self-terminating job. And I was lucky enough to come back and realized just how much I'd missed engineering student services and everything that Mary brought there. One of the things that I've noticed over the years is that no matter how fraught a situation could be, difficult students, faculty who just couldn't follow instructions, politics with other units, there was always something in the situation that Mary found that was funny, in a kind, funny way, not a cruel, a funny way, but somehow sort of being able to find that little shred of amusement made some very difficult situations a whole lot more tolerable. And I think it's Mary's humor that's the glue that brings everything together. Kathy talked about Mary's career history. I'm incredibly impressed that she committed it all to memory. So I only know about the time in engineering. But there are a few things that Mary did in each of the jobs that she's had that I think exemplify her unique style. And one of the things that I will note is that when I interviewed her in 2008, I knew that I wanted her on the team. And the timing was really lousy because Bob Giomi, who headed well, we were student affairs in those days, right? Bob was away on vacation, and I was just about going on vacation. So I actually negotiated with Mary from vacation in Hawaii. I have fond memories of, sort of telling my family, no, we have to go somewhere that has internet. So because I've got to look at my email because I've got to make sure that I actually am successful in hiring Mary. So whenever I think of Mary, I have kind of fond Hawaiian memories as well as everything else. I hate to think what would have happened if I hadn't been successful. But the first job that Mary took was a job that we'd had difficulty finding the right person for. And it was being the advisor for undeclared freshmen. And we'd had undeclared freshmen for a long, long time, and the advising that we had for them was really not very functional. Each of them had a faculty advisor, and these faculty advisors were randomly distributed around the college, usually in units that wanted a few more students. And they took it upon themselves to actually try and talk these unsuspecting undergraduates into declaring their major, rather than actually doing something constructive, like finding out what the students were interested in and actually kind of helping direct them to what was going to be their life's calling. And so it's Mary was the one who was willing to take on this challenge. And so it was uncharted territory, and she was completely fearless in taking ownership of creating a program. And she was incredibly successful in doing this. In order to learn more about engineering, I remember there was a semester where she attended the freshman seminar class to learn about all the different majors. She took much better notes than any of the undergraduates. And, and she took it upon herself to really learn about what was involved in the different engineering majors, so that then she could have meaningful discussions with her students as their interests developed and emerged, so that she could help direct them towards finding what was going to be the right major for them. So she did that, and then she had another little job associated with her duties on this one, which many of the people in this room in the advising world will remember and will probably groan. She took on DARS. And DARS had been the elephant in the room for so many years, where people were incredibly concerned and reticent about taking on this program and doing anything with it. And, Mary made rapid progress in this. And she did this by being Mary. And what being Mary meant in that context was that she built trust with people across the university, so that they knew that she was trying to be constructive and engage in a way to actually make progress. She listened to what people were telling her and used that information to identify key problems, which is something that good engineers do, by the way. They try to identify what the problem is before you solve it, which is a really constructive way to approach things. And, Mary was collaborative in exploring solutions to these problems. So as Kathy said, after a couple of years, Mary got herself out of that job. She sort of moved beyond that into the Associate Director of Engineering Student Services. And at that point, we had changed from Student Affairs to Engineering Student Services. And this wasn't just a name change. The change was deliberately meant to capture the fact that we wanted to serve engineering students. And Mary really took this to heart and really helped conceive a developmental advising program. And this is important to understand because before then, we might try and say constructive things, but a lot of engineering advising had really been bean counting in terms of, does the student have this prerequisite and have they done that, and do they have 12 units, and are they taking the required number of technical classes? And Mary really took to heart the difference that could be made for students who are following a demanding prescriptive curriculum by actually providing them with service and things that were going to make a difference to their experience of the program. She encouraged change fearlessly in that, and a treat that she had in store for her with that job was staffing the undergraduate and graduate study committees. And everything that was involved in that, in terms of tracking down faculty, particularly the chairs, who would never respond to her emails about scheduling meetings or coming in to approve courses and things like that. She had to interact with the Senate and the Office of the Registrar, and everybody respected the job that Mary did there. And then, because she did such a good job of that, she was invited to serve as a campus partner on the course management system. And what I noticed about Mary at that point was that she would keep on very pleasantly asking why, particularly about some of our more archaic policies. And if the answer is because, this isn't a particularly good reason to have a policy. And she really advocated for changing policy from the perspective of how students were experiencing, navigating their way through our policies. And as a result of this, I'd like to think that things are much more rational and streamlined. And by the time I was leaving my job, there were fewer occasions when I would sit down with a student who would ask why, and all I could say was because, which is just not a very satisfactory answer. So, as Kathleen also said, in 2012, Mary became the Director of Advising and Policy and was supervising the academic advising staff in engineering. And what really struck me at that point is that Mary made astonishingly good hiring decisions. And many of the people who you will see in leadership roles here today are people who Mary hired. And it's a testament to Mary that these amazing people wanted to come and work with her. And also it's a testament that she was so good at actually identifying terrific people and understanding what they would contribute to the program. So in summary, Mary should just derive enormous pride in what she's done and built at Berkeley. There are countless students who quite literally would not have earned their degrees without either her direct or her indirect influence. I like to think, and continue to say this, that engineering student services is the gold standard for advising on the Berkeley campus. That might not qualify, I didn't say for undergraduate advising. But, sorry, that's an inside joke. She ensured that our undergraduates feel supported, and she's just had such a broad impact. And I'd just like to conclude by saying it has been an incredible honor for me to work with Mary. I've learned so much over the years from her, and she has lightened so many days, and we're all going to miss her tremendously. So with that, I'd now like to introduce Dawn Stroh, who worked with Mary in LNS, and she's actually come from UC Riverside to join us this afternoon. So Mary.
So, when trying to think of something to say, words just fell terribly short. So instead, I'm going to sing, if I can. But I want to say that, yes, I am a former colleague of Mary's, and the thing I'm most proud of is not that I consider Mary my friend, it's that Mary considers me her friend. So I'm going to do my best, and I've already lost the key. There was a girl, a very brave, enchanting girl. They say she traveled very far, over land and sea. A little shy, and sometimes sad of eye, oh, but very, very wise was she. And then one day, a magic day, she passed my way. And though we spoke of many things, fools and kings, this she said to me: the greatest thing you'll ever learn is just to love and be loved in return. Da 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 da, da 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 da, oh, da 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 da. The greatest thing you'll ever learn is just to love and be loved in return. I'm clapping because I didn't cry. The next person up is Susan Hagstrom, which is also a very dear colleague and a very dear friend of Mary's.
Okay, how's that? Pretty good? Okay. So I met Mary almost 20 years ago now when I was an LNS advisor and she was an advisor at the Athletic Study Center. The first seeds of what eventually became our professional partnership and friendship were planted when Mary joined the staff in the LNS advising office. Fast forward 10 years. When Mary moved to the College of Engineering in 2008, I came to know her on a deeper level, both personally and professionally. It was at this time that we both began building our muscles as advising directors and administrators. And it was in the College of Engineering that Mary had the freedom and encouragement to really blossom as the creative and visionary leader and true champion of students and staff that she is today. Although we have known each other for almost 20 years, it was during these past 6 years of scheming and dreaming about the possibilities of advising and student support at Cal that we really bonded, and that I came to glimpse firsthand the depth and breadth of Mary's genius. It has been my great honor and pleasure to be Mary's peer, if it's even possible to say that about someone so incomparable. When I think of Mary, and the enduring impact that she has had at Berkeley.
Hey, Mary.
I touched
Hi, Mary.
it. Oh my God. That's just going to keep me in the moment here. Okay. When I think of Mary and the enduring impact she has had at Berkeley, several qualities come to mind that are consistent across all years and the various positions that Mary has held at Cal. First is Mary's intelligence and her analytical mind. Mary is just super smart. She is the person that you want in the room when discussing a change in policy or a new system. Mary is the person you want on your side if you are advocating for something. I cannot begin to count the number of times I've heard campus administrators and staff say, "Let's get Mary's opinion on this." Mary's keen memory, knack for policy, quick understanding of complex issues, and her no-nonsense yet positive approach have made her the go-to person on campus, the person that everyone wants on their subcommittee or project, as you heard earlier. Because of her outstanding and brilliant contributions on so many different issues of importance to students and staff, Mary is deeply respected across campus, as is clear in this gathering here today. Mary consistently demonstrates a courageous commitment to honesty. Mary speaks her mind. She is not afraid to say what she thinks. Mary is willing to take on the heavy lifting necessary to bring about her vision of excellence. She has this rare balance of toughness and tenderness, as her friend Nancy says. Mary has a sense of style and beauty. Mary is always the most stylish and impeccably dressed person in the room. I think Maya Angelou had Mary in mind when she said, "My mission in life is not merely just to survive, but to thrive, and to do so with some passion, some compassion, some humor, and some style." Mary has an athletic, adventurous spirit. With those cute Mary dresses come those amazing biceps and calves, right? Did you know that Mary was a bodybuilder and a triathlete, a swimmer, cyclist, and runner? Always open to new adventures, within just the past few months, Mary has tried rowing in the Oakland estuary and ziplining in Hawaii. Mary demonstrates a deep commitment to excellence. Have you ever seen anyone in this room ever seen Mary anything less than 100% prepared at a campus committee meeting? No. Mary's intellectual skills, together with her high standards and single-minded focus, have had a lasting impact, not only on individual students and staff members, but on advising systems and structures at Cal as well. In 2002, Mary won the Chancellor's Outstanding Staff Award for revamping and improving the LNS peer advising program in a single year, successfully integrating the program to support and complement nearly every advising function of the Office of Undergraduate Advising. The nomination, written by Mary's supervisor at the time, Elizabeth Wilcox, stated in part that Mary started with a small team of 9 undergraduate students and worked consistently with them to form a skilled advising unit. By skilled, I not only mean a group of peer advisors who know and understand the complex rules and regulations of the college and can relay that information to students effectively, but also an advising unit that is committed to providing outstanding service, helping to facilitate student success at all levels of degree completion, and who represent the college in ways which significantly improve the undergraduate experience at Berkeley. It was because of Mary that the College of Letters and Science started thinking about the value of satellite advising. Mary's peer advisors staffed the blue carts you still see around campus, and under Mary's leadership, the program expanded to 12 advisors, and peers began advising in the residence halls during dinner to increase accessibility of advising. Mary is a visionary, transformative leader. As a campus leader, Mary has an exceptional level of kick-assness. Many of us here today have witnessed Mary's redesign and transformation of engineering student services and have seen that Mary is unafraid to poach one outstanding staff member after another from the other advising units on campus. Mary is gifted in hiring good, smart, kind advisors who bring her vision of quality student services to life. She is deeply proud of the team she's built, and she is a devoted mentor and passionate advocate for staff, committed to creating environments in which each person on her team can thrive and develop. Mary is a fierce advocate and champion of students, underrepresented students in particular. Mary is our Muhammad Ali of advising. You've heard of the term Mama Bear? Well, Mary is our Mama Oski Bear here at Cal. A while back, Mary and I talked about what she is most proud of from her long and distinguished Cal career. She spoke not about redesigning engineering student services, or her Chancellor's Award, or her significant impact on campus-wide advising efforts, but the advising that she did at the Athletic Study Center, providing student athletes with support, counseling, mentorship, and love. Mary is gifted in guiding students and putting them at ease, making each student the center of her attention. Through her encouraging spirit, she has helped many students stay in school when they might otherwise have given up. This is an enormous gift to these individual students, to UC Berkeley, and to our larger community. Tom Cable, formerly head coach of the Oakland Raiders, and now offensive line and assistant head coach of the Seattle Seahawks, was the offensive line coach at Cal when Mary was an advisor in the Athletic Study Center. Coach Cable had this to say about Mary. This letter is in regards to Mary Slakey and the exceptional job that she has done in advising my players, offensive linemen, in their quest to earn bachelor's degrees at the University of California, Berkeley. Coach Cable continues, without question, Mary Slakey is the finest academic support person with whom I have ever worked. Mary's ability to give each individual student a plan to succeed is second to none. Not only do Mary's graduation plans work, but the student athletes are excited to attend school and look forward to success in the classroom. Since Mary's arrival at Cal, no offensive lineman has been disqualified for academic failure. I surely hope that someone other than the student athletes I coach and myself is aware of the quality person and educator that we have here at Cal in Mary Slakey. We are aware, Coach Cable, we are aware. Mary exudes compassion and encouragement and has an innate gift and ability to listen deeply.
Hey, Mary.
Oh my God. Stop. Okay. I think I need to move away from the laptop. Okay. While Mary is a skilled leader, supervisor, and advisor, she is also the most loving, compassionate friend anyone could wish for. Mary has a huge heart and a beautiful spirit. Whenever I have a dilemma or a personal challenge, I know Mary will generously offer her unwavering support, compassionate listening, a good laugh, and her irreverent opinion to help me think about things differently. Being around Mary always leaves me feeling better and more hopeful than when I walked in the door. Perhaps most importantly, when I think of Mary, I think of joy. Joy is a state of mind and an orientation of the heart. Mary has set her sights on a joyful life. She is one who celebrates the gift of life in all of its ups and downs. This is one of Mary's greatest gifts. Leaving you in suspense. The joy that she brings to those of us who are fortunate enough to know her. Mary lights up our world. We know how good we feel in her presence, how she lifts us up and makes us feel better by just being around her. Mary shared with me a poem written by one of her students while he was waiting to see her. Instead of feeling resentful about waiting in that long line, the student spent his time reflecting on how much he valued Mary. The poem is entitled Mary Slakey. Mary, having an advisor like you is like having another mom. But instead of yelling and grounding me, you always tend to stay calm. You have helped me out so very much with school and the stupid law. I bet you're the best advisor that Cal Berkeley ever saw. You dress really nice day in and day out, and you always have time to smile. You're starting to make me think that Cal is worth my while. Besides you being so helpful and sweet, you're also very kind. And every time I get ready to check out, you're there to keep me in line. I could go on and on and on telling you about you, but all this poem is trying to say is thank you for the things you do. Mary, I know I speak for every person in this room, this beautiful community you have created, when I say that our hearts are overflowing with love and gratitude for your unparalleled service to Cal, your unceasing positive impact on our lives, and for the way we always feel better when we are around you. The impact that you have had on our hearts, minds, and lives will endure forever. You are our shining star. And now I'd like to bring up my husband, Mark Estes, and we're going to sing a song for you.
I just want to say what an honor it is to be here with you, Mary, and with everyone in this room and everyone in spirit that is here. Everyone is, I think, painting such a wonderful picture of who you are and their experiences of you. And I think that is very special, and it becomes very apparent to me that you touch people's hearts. What a wonderful thing. And I also just want to acknowledge that this is a very special gathering of spirits. And this really is a festival of friends. So Susan and I would like to share a song entitled A Gathering of Spirits, something that's special, very special to us. Let it go, my love, my truest, let it sail
certain, and it's such a fine thing. There's a gathering of spirits, there's a festival of friends, and we'll take up where we left off when we all meet again. Just east of Eden, there's heaven in our midst, and we're never really all that far from those we love and miss. Wade out in the water, there's glory all around, and the wisest say there's 1,000 ways to kneel and kiss the ground. Let it go, my love, my true, it's late. Sail on silver wings, life's a twinkling, that's for certain, but it's such a fine thing. There's a gathering of spirits, there's a festival of friends, and we'll take up where we left off when we all meet again. And we'll take up where we left off when we all meet again.
And now I have the great pleasure of introducing our next speaker, Tarek Glenn. Tarek was a student athlete at Cal from 1993 to 1996, and Mary was his athletic studies center advisor. After being selected as the 19th pick overall in the 1997 NFL draft by the Indianapolis Colts, Tarek spent the next 2 off seasons completing his degree in social welfare at Cal. He spent 10 seasons with the Colts and helped lead the Colts to win their first Super Bowl in franchise history. Using his platform as a football star to raise up the next generation of leaders, Tarek served as president of Dream Alive, developing young men and women of integrity and character who will become the civic-minded leaders of the future. Tarek is now the assistant director for academic development at the Athletic Study Center.
Thank you. So it's definitely an honor to be here to celebrate Mary's career here at Cal. She means so much to me. And yeah, so when I was asked to speak, obviously I said yeah, but I was trying to think about what I would say, because there's a lot to say about just my relationship with Mary and what she means to me and what she's meant to me while I was at Cal. And the first thing that came to mind was a quote. It's actually out the Bible, and it's a quote from Jesus, and he says, "Truly, truly, I say unto you, unless a grain of wheat falls into the earth and dies, it remains alone. But if it dies, it bears much fruit." That scripture has meant a lot to me in my life, and what it embodies is that, and I tell my kids this all the time, one of the things that people in my life has represented is people who've been able to give their life away and just kind of laid it all out on the line. And it wasn't really just about them. It was just about the work that they felt that they were called to do. And when I think about Mary and what she's represented to me and a lot of other student athletes that's gone to Cal, it's just really just a passion for giving her life away. And when I think about that, I actually didn't want to just share my perspective. I called a couple of athletes that she had advised, and when it's all said and done, the common response that I got from all of them is that Mary was passionate about helping students strive for success. And she went over and beyond what she was asked to do in order to do that. And I've been working in the Athletic Studies Center for the last 2 years, and I had this perspective of what an advisor was. Only perspective I had is having Mary as my advisor. But now that I work there, I realize, just the effort and the passion in order to do that job well. I mean, we, at the Athletic Studies Center have awesome staff and awesome advisors. But back when Mary was advising, I think it was a little bit more challenging, to be honest with you, because a lot of the student athletes there wasn't a lot of support. I mean, we almost have like 20 staff at the Athletic Studies Center, and when Mary was working there, it was like 6 of them. And I don't know if you guys know, but being a student athlete at Cal is just a really difficult thing because I was 17 years old when I got here, and when I got here, I got challenged athletically as well as academically like I've never been challenged before. And there was many times where I wanted to quit. And one thing that I just can remember about Mary and just what she represented to me, at my time here was just the fact that I was vulnerable with her, and I shared with her some of my dreams and my goals. And obviously one of my goals was to go to the NFL, but another goal was to graduate. And I think when I think about just what that looked like, Mary really helped me throughout my time here at Cal to just keep me on track and to motivate me and encourage me to graduate. But I got drafted about after 3.5 years being at Cal, and I hadn't graduated yet, and I left. And I could just remember being in my bedroom in Indianapolis, and I don't know if I called Mary or she called me, but I could just remember our conversation, and it was just about, so when are you going to complete, the goal that we set, and at the time I had made a lot. I mean, after my first year, I was a first-round draft pick. I had a lot of money in my pocket, and I was living the dream and living my life, but Mary, my advisor, reminded me that, the dream's not complete. There was more to get done, more to accomplish in regards to what I set forth when I first got to Cal. And, and the thing about, just that journey and just that experience of me coming back to school, Cal, those first 2 off seasons was that, it was Mary having to get buy-in from different professors, really like set up a game plan for me to really, get on track. Just the constant motivation, reminding me things were due, that sort of thing. But it was just that effort that finished work, that she went over and beyond. To really help me graduate over the next couple years. And, and I think that investment that she did for me and investment in my life, it did a whole lot. Not only did I graduate over the next 2 semesters, but I just feel as if my life's work from that point forward, outside of playing football, she was one of the motivating factors of that. In my introduction, I started a nonprofit mentoring inner city youth. Last 2 years, I've given my life in the transition and development at the Athletic Studies Center. But I mean, really, the core of who I am today is about giving my life away, and Mary was a key contributor to that. When you have somebody in your life who gives herself away in countless different ways, to not just me, but I was a high-profile student athlete here, but it didn't matter if it was a high-profile student athlete or somebody who didn't play. Mary gave that same type of effort to making sure that they were successful. And in closing, I just wanted to make sure that yeah, one of the things that I wanted to say is that it is a phenomenon that that we all experience when we think about the people who had an impact on our life. I think we all experience it, that we can point to a coach, a pastor, a teacher, an advisor, and say, you know what, if it wasn't for that person who gave me that advice or gave me that extra push or that extra encouragement, I wouldn't be here today. And so I didn't have a choice but to come up and to be a part of this celebration, because I really feel like Mary had a big part in my life. You know, when I think about, you know, being an NFL player and still having to come and graduate, there was a lot of pressure, you know, internal pressure of not wanting to do that. But one of the things that Mary, you know, also, not only was she a friend, she was an accountability. And she, and at times had to say some of the hard things to encourage you. And so, you know, yeah, so when I think about it, you know, I get really emotional about it, but at the same time, I'm not surprised how Mary is dealing with these difficult situations, because I think that the same things that made her a great advisor is the same thing that makes her shine during these difficult and challenging times in her life. And I think those of us who are friends, those of us who have experienced her in a lot of different ways in working with her, her being their advisor, it's not a surprise that Mary attacks each day with motivation and encouragement, regardless of what anybody has to say about what's going on. So, in closing, I just want to honor and salute Mary today. I just want to thank you just for your life service and dedication, and just on behalf of all the student athletes that you served and that you've just helped and supported throughout the years. And from the Athletic Studies Center, we just want to say thank you. And I just wanted to also just close with the quote. The lady who preceded me said this quote, but it definitely embodied you, Mary. It says, you know, my mission in life is not merely to survive, but to thrive, and to do so with some passion, compassion, and some humor and some style. That's from Maya Angelou. Thank you, Mary.
Hey, Mary.
Hi, Mary.
Hi, Mary.
Hi, Mary.
Hello, Mary.
Hey, Mary.
Hey, Mary.
Hey, Mary.
Hi, Mary.
Hey, Mary.
Hi, Mary.
Hi, Mary.
Hi, Mary.
Hi, Mary.
Hi, Mary.
Hi, Mary. We met last century when I arrived at Cal to play baseball. I mean, to study. That seems like so long ago, especially considering that they're letting you retire at the age of 29. You were my academic advisor at the College of Letters and Science, and I visited with you often. You were always patient, helping me craft a schedule that would challenge me while allowing enough flexibility to accommodate my long hours of practice. I quickly came to view you as a trusted friend, much more than just my advisor. While you guided me along on my academic path, I marveled at your warm smile, intelligence, and caring grace. You became one of my most important influences in college, and are a model of kindness and compassion for me to this day. I always appreciated how nice you were to my family too, my mom especially. My mom loved you. She so enjoyed sitting with you while watching baseball games at Evans Diamond. My mom received her wings 14 years ago today. She is one of your biggest fans and most adoring angels. I'm sad for Cal to lose to retirement, such a shining model of goodness and light, but I'm happy for you to focus on your health and well-being. I'm so fortunate to be counted among your many, many friends.
Words cannot describe how Mary has impacted my life here at Cal. It's very rare that you find an advisor who really cares about the student and has the student's interest in mind. I honestly felt like she was an aunt on campus, and Honestly, I really love her style. It's so beautiful every day.
Hard to believe it's been 20 years since I first sat in your office as a college freshman. And even with all the activity and students coming in and out of your office, you always had a way of making me feel like I was the only and most important student you were advising. You were always somebody I never wanted to let down. You continue to inspire me many years removed from Cal. When I think of Cal and my experience there, I think of you first, Mary. I am very privileged to be a part of your Cal family. I will continue to think about you and your road ahead.
First, let me say that it is truly an honor to be a part of honoring you. You had such a positive impact on my career at Cal. Coming in, I was undisciplined, overwhelmed, disorganized, and because of you, I was kind of able to manage Berkeley's bureaucracy. I distinctly remember several instances when I was able to come to you after I had done poorly on an exam or a project, and I was having doubts about whether I could succeed at Cal. And you always provided excellent guidance, encouragement, and you gave me the most important thing that another person can give you, and that is hope. I always left your office feeling very hopeful, and I thank you for that. I thank you for your direction, your dedication, compassion, and your patience. You truly were the best, Mary. You were part of a small handful of people that always will have a lasting impact on my life.
You are the first person that I met outside of the baseball program on my recruiting trip, and you were there for me on my graduation day. You were a huge support system in my life as I was a transfer student coming into a huge school, fully intimidated both on and off the field, and you really provided a huge support in my life right when I needed it. You were there for me to talk about school issues, career paths, even, my girl problems. You were always there for me no matter what, and I'm truly grateful.
Mary, you were a huge support system for me when I was a student athlete at Cal. When I came to Cal in 1995 from Canada all by myself, I didn't know anyone. I remember when I first arrived, my tennis coach told me to go and see you as my academic advisor to help me schedule my classes. But Mary, you became so much more than an academic advisor. You became a friend and a mentor. I would often go in and see you if I had time in between class and tennis just to talk. You always made me feel like I was at home when I was with you. I loved looking at all the pictures of the athletes on your wall, and I was so honored when you put a tennis photo of me up there. All of the athletes loved you. After I graduated from Cal, I continued to lean on you for advice and recommendations through law school. You were always so kind, supportive, and a genuinely caring person. I feel so lucky to have had you as a part of my life at Cal. The school is going to dearly miss you, and I miss you too, Mary.
As you know, you were one of my first bosses when I was a peer advisor. And actually that didn't work out so well for me because you are a tough act to follow when it comes to being a boss. So it really gave me unrealistic expectations for how great a boss could be, which is kind of a bummer. But, some of my fondest memories are working there and just seeing your kindness and your compassion and your sense of humor and really beauty of spirit, and just, my fondest memories of college are how you treated everyone around you and how you made the world a better place at Cal. So I want you to remember that you changed lives, including mine, and I just want you to go forward with all the happiness in your heart, knowing that you made Cal a better place and you made the world a better place.
I just wanted to say a personal thank you for all the time spent, and I know it was a lot of extra time spent to help me along when I was at Cal. I still remember meeting you on my recruiting trip and just knowing that I had someone in my corner right from the beginning my freshman year. I also remember when I came back after playing, retiring from pro ball, knowing I had some school left. I knew I could count on you to be my first phone call and get me back on the right track. So, Mary, thank you for everything you've done. You got one of your biggest fans sitting here congratulating you on a wonderful career, and just happy to be still part of your life.
Definitely want to say I appreciate everything that you did for me at Cal. from picking classes to just letting me vent sometimes. I think that's what everybody knows you for, and it's what you're great at, just being a good person. But I'll always remember you advocating for me to Coach Cable when I was late for a meeting, and they decided I should do dawn patrol and run up and down the stadium stairs one morning. You definitely went to bat for me. Although it didn't work and I still had to run, I think it was a great consolation prize that you at least let me sleep in your office because I was dead tired. And anybody who thinks that running the stadium steps is easy, try doing the whole thing and then having to go to class. It's definitely not easy. But again, thank you, Mary.
It's really scary when you're a transfer student and everything is brand new, and she was always encouraging me to be a complete, to check in with her on everything, to drop by, to wave. There were times I just would walk by, say hi, just because it gave me a sense that there was someone there for me, especially at the beginning when you don't know anybody. I am forever grateful for Mary, and she has a very, very special place in my heart and in the hearts of everybody that I graduated with. We were all so fortunate to have her, and she's just the best. She was my template for what I wanted to be when I came back as an advisor.
Mary, thank you so much. For both myself and all of my teammates, I know that you helped all of us deal with the challenges, not just on the academic side, but also balancing being a student and being an athlete, and the dynamics that you have to deal with being on a team. You were just always there for us for whatever we needed, and your sunny disposition, your unflagging good cheer was always a beacon for us in difficult times.
My experience as a student athlete was amazing, and a lot of it had to do with your help, your ability to make me feel welcome, to help me navigate through the academic requirements. And as a student athlete, we have so many responsibilities, and having a resource like you help us navigate through Cal, make the right choices, and just being a friend and being there to counsel us was really valuable to me.
Those were formative years, and you guided me through so much, and without you I couldn't have even graduated. So I just thank you so much. You led our group and everyone you came in contact with kindness and love and fun, and I wish you all the best.
It's hard to really come to terms now with the fact that Mary's gonna be leaving Cal. I don't think she realizes how many students she helped and the impact she had on them there. I could tell you about the time she helped me when I was struggling my first couple years there, or the time I wanted to meet all the professors because I didn't know what I wanted to be. You try doing that. Or when she made sure I got into classes because, telebears. Or how she would make time for me even though I could always tell she did not have time. Or the time they tried to give her a promotion and I just kept coming to her as my counselor anyways. Mary treasured every student she had and cared deeply about their goals. Any student, anytime, that was Mary. I don't think she realizes our talk shaped the engineer I am today. They helped me choose a direction, get involved, helping students, get an internship, and be a better person. I became a peer advisor because of Mary. I helped struggling students because of Mary. I won the Young Bear Award because of the direction Mary set me in. Come to think about it, I probably graduated because of Mary. There isn't any one big thing that makes Mary amazing. It's all the little things she cared enough to do. I believe engineering is losing a very special part of our community, a person who really made Cal the wonderful place it is. And just because you're retiring, Mary, it doesn't mean you get to stop being my counselor.
Words can't encapsulate how profoundly you've impacted my academic experience and academic career at Berkeley. And for that, I am immensely appreciative. I don't know how much I can say thank you, but yeah, and I would very much miss you.
We just want to congratulate you on your retirement. We love you so much, and we know that it may be a tough time leaving Berkeley, but we know that this will not be the end of your impact on students' lives and people in general.
We just want to say that we love you, we appreciate you. Our time at Berkeley wouldn't have been the same without you. We look forward to keeping in touch, and we hope that you enjoyed today.
I wish you all the best, Mary.
I can say Mary is a special person.
I hope you know how much you're appreciated.
Love you, Mary.
I love you, Mary.
And I love her.
Mary, I love you.
These words really don't make justice for all the gratitude I have for everything you did, but thank you so much, Mary.
Thank you so much for all your help.
For all that you've done for me and so many other students. Thank you.
I want to thank you for everything you've done.
Thank you for everything.
I just wanted to say thank you.
Thank you so much, Mary.
I'm just so thankful for you.
Hello.
No, I'm not going to sing. Before you start, though. Okay.
So, hi, Mary.
Hi,
I am
Elizabeth.
here. I am here, like everyone else, to honor and thank Mary for the incredible role she has played in my own career and all the ways she has helped and supported me and lifted me up professionally and personally through all these years. I'm also here to make a very brief announcement, and that is that you know that last year on our first awards ceremony, we did honor Mary's career at Berkeley with an Advising Hero Award. And on the occasion of her retirement, we are naming this award in honor of Mary. This award will be known as the Mary T. Howell Award for Excellence in Advising, and it will exist as our highest award in the advising community, our gold standard of service to the advising community and to students. I cannot think of a person that has had a more positive impact on all of us, and I cannot think of a person that I am more indebted to. You see it in student testimonials, but for those of us who have been a peer and colleague with Mary, we have also experienced her deep generosity and love, and we are very, very grateful. All you have accomplished will live on through this award, and you will continue to inspire all of us. Thank you very much.
Okay. So I want to start by saying thank you to Laura Vogt for those amazing that amazing video. That was just amazing. And I know she did that on top of probably 500 other things on her to-do list. So thank you. That meant so much to me. And I also want to start by saying thank you to all of you for coming today. And I'm looking out at a room full of amazing people who've made my 22 years at Cal a wonderful career. And I'm looking into the faces of my Cal family, and I'm just being flooded with memories. So I'm going to take just a second to look at everybody to compose myself so I can do this. And those of you who work for me are probably shocked that I'm reading this, because I always wanted my staff to learn things and memorize it like Kathy Barrett did, so you look like a pro, but I'm giving myself a pass. Since my brain is not very good at memorizing things right now. So I'm going to read also because I was just a little afraid that I'd start crying too much. So I still vividly remember the day I was told that I had been selected as a candidate for hire for the academic advising position in the Athletic Study Center. It was then, and it continues today, to be one of the happiest moments of my life. Growing up, Cal was a hallowed place to me, both because my mom went there, and it was world-renowned and open only to the smartest, most talented people in the world. And who wouldn't be proud to say they work at UC Berkeley? Learning that I had been offered a job there and doing something I couldn't have been more interested in and excited about made for a totally thrilling day. And here I am, 22 years later, still very honored and reflecting back on a marvelous career. Each of the positions I've had at Cal has been rewarding, life-changing, challenging, fulfilling, exciting, and an opportunity for continuous learning. I'm very, very proud of the work I've done, the lives I've positively impacted, the institutional changes I contributed to, the relationships I built, the fact I'm known as an innovative leader with wide impact, and the Catholic part of me right now is feeling very bad and sinful about boasting, but I'm just going to keep going. Okay. I'm known as an innovative leader with wide impact, and I think most importantly, the knowledge that I have profoundly impacted student services at Cal, both on a micro level in how I individually supported, advised, cared for, mentored students and staff, and at a macro level by continually advocating for students and staff, being a powerful voice and agent for change, and in measurable ways, significantly improving the undergraduate experience at Berkeley. That's right. Yes. Okay. I'm most proud of the work I did with students. It was my calling, and I loved it. I feel so blessed, so grateful to have had the opportunity to work with the students I did, to share their journey at Cal, and to be a part of their lives. To hear today some of them speak so genuinely and lovingly of how important I am to them as they are to me. I can't think of a greater joy on the day you retire than to be acknowledged for making a big difference in people's lives and thanked profoundly for it. So one result of having been diagnosed with a terminal illness is that I have done quite a bit of reflection back over the last 2 years on my life. And though I'm devastated that my life will be significantly shorter than I had hoped it would be, I have had a life that's good. And today is a vivid reminder of that. Many of the most meaningful, joyful, fulfilling, happy times in my life have been the result of my employment at UC Berkeley. From traveling to Hawaii and Notre Dame with the volleyball team, to traveling several places across the United States with Cal Baseball, and having Coach Milano make sure that I never had to touch my luggage. I had those guys take good care of me. To river rafting with Cal Tennis, going to the Atlanta Olympic Swimming Stadium to see the Cal Bear women's swim team crush their opponents, to most recently getting to be the honorary captain at a Cal football game. Adding to the hundreds of other memorable occasions I've been blessed to experience over 22 years is the fact that I met my dearest and most valued friends while working here. And one of the greatest gifts my career at Cal has given me is a fantastic and astonishingly large group of people who are loving and supporting me in my battle against cancer. The members of my Cal family, colleagues, students, both current and former, and friends, who over the past 2 years since my diagnosis have taken care of me, have reached out to tell me how much I mean to them, sent letters and cards, been on Team Mary Brave and Strong, prayed for me, sent loving, healing energy to me, and in one way or another wrapped their arms around me and supported me as I fight for my life, is one of the greatest gifts anyone could ever receive. And there are not words to adequately describe what a difference this has made and will continue to make in my battle against cancer. It's also been a great gift to my family, for them to see how much I'm loved and respected and by so many people brings comfort and pride. They loved me and knew I was awesome, but to see that so many other people do too, and to see the huge outpouring of support for me has really helped them with their grief and sadness. 22 years of working here and giving so much of myself to others, to have this great gift then given back to me of a wonderful support team and extensive amounts of love at a time when I truly needed it, it makes me so grateful to have worked at UC Berkeley. I'm thankful for all the things that happened along the way during the 22 years, but I'm most thankful today for the amazing collection of wonderful people who are loving me through the most difficult moments of my life. And I thank all of you immensely. I thank you also once again for being here to celebrate with me all of the amazingness that was my career at Cal. So in addition to all of you being this amazing support team for me, the other thing that really helps me in my recovery is to laugh and to joke and to play and to dance. So along that vein, what we're going to do now is play a super fun game. Led by the amazing team at Engineering Student Services. I'm not entirely sure. I know for sure it's Jane Paris and Sharon Mueller. And I'm going to be surprised to see who else gets to be part of this game. So now you get to brush up on how well you know me. Okay.
Hi, I'm Sharon Shaboom Boom Mueller.
And I am Jane LaFreak Perry.
Disco Game Show. Can you believe what the weather did to our hair today, Jane? I know. So, here's how this is going to work. We have 3 categories and we have prizes. And some of them are homemade. If you like them, I made them, and if you didn't, Jane did. So, it looks like Jeopardy, right? You guys know how to play Jeopardy? Yeah. Okay, you're a smart crew. So, the trick is, behind 3 of these are Disco Daily Doubles, and you know what that means? That means we're all gonna get up and dance for about 30 seconds. Jane and I have choreography. You can try to keep up with us, but we're professionals. So just do your own thing and have fun with it. So, you ready? Ready to play? Okay, I think we're going to ask our guest of honor, what would you like for the first category and prize? If you know the answer, raise your hand and we'll call on you.
Okay, fun fact, Team Mary Howell. Okay. What musical instrument has Mary played and studied for years? Raise your hand if you know the answer. Dawn. Yes! Okay, you get to pick the next category, Dawn.
Well, which category? Well, category and a prize, Dawn. This way and that way. Yeah, I think we do need to take that back.
Okay, how about, there's something about Mary.
Oh, I need to explain that category.
Okay.
So that category is, we ask the ESS advisors these questions. So this is a little more on the Family Feud side, where it's the most popular answer. So there's something about Mary, and then which prize?
How about surprise?
Surprise. Okay, what is one of the most important lessons we learned from Mary? Was it how to do the Dougie, how to undermine authority, believe in yourself, or how to get off the wait list when you don't meet the enrollment restrictions? Yeah, that one? You had your hand up, yes. See, believe in yourself, yes, that's the one.
How do you like? How do you like? Okay, did you get your prize? Your surprise?
Oh, look at that. Are you over 21? Okay, you get to pick the next prize and category. Okay, awards for cookies. Mary won this award in 1996 for a class she, along with a CPS and Career Center counselor, created and taught to student athletes called Developing a Career Game Plan. What award did she win in 1996? Nancy Finkel. Boogie with you.
All right, Miss Nancy, you want to pick the next one? We're ready for a Disco Daily Double, I think. I think we're ready to dance. Okay, let's do it. Fun facts for greeting cards. What kind of competitions was Mary participating in during the mid-'80s? I'm sorry, you've already answered. Let's see, Karen? Not triathlons. Okay, how about you right there? Yes. 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 Yeah! Very good.
I love your tights. Okay, yes, you get to pick the next category and prize.
Okay, let's go to awards. Greeting cards.
Awards for a greeting card. What is the name of the award Mary received in 2015? Yes. Advising Hero Award is correct. I'm just a love machine.
I know, we do. We need a Disco Daily Double. Okay, you get to pick the next category.
Award surprise.
Okay, let's see. Oh, what was Mary's job title when she won an Opal Award? Regional recruiter, center manager, area manager, or all of the above? Come on, there are 4 choices. Yes. Yes! Very good. Huh? No prize?
Cindy said it.
Oh. Well, he can have 2 bottles of wine. I think he deserves it. Oh, okay. You want a hat? All right. You can share your prizes, too. That's always nice to do. Okay, you get to pick. We need a Disco Daily Double.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll take, there's something about Mary, Team Mary hat.
Okay, there's something about Mary for a Team Mary hat. Okay, remember, this is what ESS advisors who were polled, this is what was the most common answer. What do we miss most about Mary? Who has a idea? Okay, I've already called on you. Cindy. Her kindness is correct. Yes. Oh, wait, can you go back? Can you go back to those?
No.
No. Okay, yeah. There were lots of things, including wisdom, knowledge, advice on personal life, all kinds of things that we miss. But if we had to pick one, you know. Okay. Cindy, you get to pick the next category.
How about we go with, there's something about Mary, the greeting cards?
Okay. Okay, remember, this is worth 2 prizes. Okay, if Mary were an animal, what would she be? An elephant, a dolphin, a lioness, a leopard, or a cow bear? Okay, yes. That was one of the answers. It wasn't the most popular, though. Yes. A lioness was one of the answers, but wasn't the most popular. Yes, way back there. Yeah, dolphin!
Turn the beat around. Love to hear percussion.
It's a very special prize. So the Disco Daily Doubles, when you get that right, your second prize is actually some artwork by Stevie Slakey, who is Mary's nephew. So it's a very special prize. So you get to pick the next category and prize. I know she's really excited about her artwork, though.
There's something about Mary cookies.
Oh, those cookies are so good. Okay. What 3 adjectives were most commonly used to describe Mary? A, joyful, brave, and mean. B, caring, strong, and intelligent. C, compassionate, caring, and stylish. Or D, generous, kind, and dumb. Okay, yes. C, compassionate, caring, and stylish. That was a common, but not the most common. Mm-hmm. Yes. B is correct. Okay, you get to pick the next. Where'd you go? Yeah.
Fun facts surprise. Okay, remember this is worth 2 prizes. How many kids did Mary bring in 2004 to Cal's Take Your Kid to Work Day? Ooh. Are you raising your hand back there? Okay, yes. 2. Not 2. Let's see, where?
Jack.
Oh, Jack. 6 is close. Yes. 17. A little colder. Sarah. 7. Yes, 7. All right, Sarah, you get to pick the next prize and category.
Awards for a Team Mary hat. What award did Mary receive in 2002 for her leadership of a peer advising program? Somebody talked about this.
Who was paying attention?
Yes. Oh, okay, Susan. Yes. How about you? Yes. Susan, you get to pick the next category. Pick a Disco Daily Double.
The computer messed up. That's not going to happen. That's the one you just did. Because the computer messed up.
Oh.
Let's do this one instead.
Oh.
This is the last one.
Jack knows. Okay, which Powerpuff Girl was Mary? Yes. Okay, we'll take it.
All right, you want to try to see if it'll work?
Yes, we're hoping for the third. We got a little excited. Okay, let's see. Do we have a question?
We're done.
We're done. Oh my gosh.
We
That
don't
was
have
so
anything else.
fun. Thank you so much for playing. And the party is going to continue out in the lobby. So please dance on out with us and we'll see you out there. Oh.
I'd like to thank the advising team for honoring Mary with such an amazing program and for arranging this really important event for all of us. And thank you, Mary, for everything. And certainly thank you all to the team for really making this happen.
We are family. I got all my sisters with me. We are family. Get up, everybody, and sing. We are family. I got all my sisters with me. We are family. Get up, everybody, and sing. Everyone can see we're together as we walk on by, and we fly just like birds of a feather. I won't tell no lie. All of the people around us, they say, can they be that close? Just let me state for the record, we're giving love in a family dose. We are family. Hey, I got all my sisters with me. We are family. Get up, everybody, and sing. Sing it to me. We are family. I got all my sisters with me. We are family. Get up, everybody, and sing. Living life is fun, and we've just begun to get our share of this world's delight. High hopes we have for the future, and our goals inside.